Hey everyone, I didn't even notice. In Mum's house is way better lighting. Um, I've got kind of like a window on this side and a window on this side, and the lighting it's just doing wonders. So I'm going to now read another Bible verse because the Pope gives me a big bucket full of money every time I do it. I'm like, really? And he's like, yeah, I'm going to give you a big bucket load of money every time you do one of those posts. People need religion. And so, as long as he keeps sending me those big buckets of money, I'm going to keep doing these Bible posts. And I think, if someone I would have listened to the Bible as well if, there was a gorgeous little thing just reading it to me. So, yeah. Just works as long as, as long as I can just keep finding good lighting and doing videos and flipping the Bible in the air, and I'm just gonna keep doing it because I'm sure every girl knows what I mean. If you're getting big buckets of money from the Pope, you're going to fucking do whatever he says. I'll be like, yeah, fuck, I'll read it. And this is what I'm gonna read today. It's called Solomon's Proverbs, which is so weird because I just mentioned Solomon, but he's probably mentioned tons in here, and this is number 10. These are Solomon's Proverbs. Okay, King Solomon, totally smart king from way back. So I'm going to read a little bit about King Solomon right now because the Pope sent me a big bucket load of money. I just think also most of why I'm doing this, I wouldn't even need the money, to be honest. If the Pope wasn't sending me money, I would still do these because I like the Bible. I learn a lot from it. And also I just want to look at myself on camera. And I think we all understand that a little bit. And so, yeah, just killing two birds with one stone. I think that's mentioned in here. No, I don't know. That could be Shakespeare. Anyway, let's go. These are Solomon's Proverbs. Wise children make their fathers proud of them. Isn't that so crazy as well? That's literally the first thing I read. And you all are going to think that I've curated this and me and the Pope are sitting down and being he's hey, read this one. It's really specifically going to be really intense when you read that exact line because that's exactly what you are and you're exactly talking about that. And you just mentioned Solomon in a video before you did that. It would almost be if I was under 24-hour surveillance, then surely people would be oh my fucking God, that little bitch is doing some weird fucking shit. I can't even statistically explain how much weird shit she's doing, but she just keeps doing it. And she looks fucking gorgeous. So right, wise children make their fathers proud of them. Foolish ones bring their mothers grief. 2. Wealth that you get by dishonesty will do you no good, but honesty can save your life. That's my total thing as well. I love honesty. It's totally what I'm all about. There was a time when I wasn't, and then I all of a sudden was, and then since then, because of all that hurt that I felt from being dishonest to someone that I really cared about, I then am always just super dupes honest. I'm all massively honest, probably too honest. You guys are probably just shut up, you're oversharing. And I'm look, I'm trying to fucking do what King Solomon said. Shut the fuck up. You shut the fuck up. Stop lying all the time. Anyway, the Lord will not let good people go hungry. That's true. I really thought I was going to go hungry. I was eating oranges off trees and stuff. I was going to go hunting, but then food just kept arriving. And I was all right, I'll just eat food. And now my fridge is so filled with food. And all I had to do was something that I really liked doing anyway. And I got tons of food. So I was wow, they're totally right. But he will keep the wicked from getting what they want. That's why all this stuff's turning around now, because those wicked people wanted all that control and they've all lost that big dirty game that they were playing. And that's right in here. If they had just read Solomon's Proverbs, they would have known that this was going to happen and they wouldn't have tried it. Maybe they could have built something instead of trying to fucking enslave us all. Being lazy will make you poor, but hard work will make you rich. This is one that's really great too. I want to really talk about this because this is so much work, okay? It's so, I've done hard physical labor, and that's hard. It really is. And it hurt my body and did things. But this is far harder. It doesn't damage my body as much, but it's far, far harder. Like, there's way more work. I have to work a lot of hours to do all this. And so, I agree. And as long as the Pope keeps sending me those big bucket loads of money, I'm going to be pretty rich, I suppose, by the couples. A sensible person gathers the crops when they are ready. It is a disgrace to sleep through the time of harvest. Isn't that just true as well? Those mulberries down there, they're just there, and I eat them straight off the tree, and that's lovely. And I do feel bad if I miss, because if you go there when it's not the harvest, it is only a certain part of the year when those mulberries are on there. So you've got to really capitalize when the fruit is on the tree. Good people will receive blessings. The words of the wicked hide in violent nature. I think we all agree with that. Number 7, good people will be remembered as a blessing, but the wicked will soon be forgotten. Sensible people accept good advice. People who talk foolishly will come to ruin. Honest people are safe and secure, but the dishonest will be caught. Isn't that it's almost like safe and secure? That's almost like safe and effective. And the dishonest will be caught. It says it. You just can't do it. I wish you hadn't have. Wish you had have stuck to the other things you were doing instead of all this. Never mind. Someone who holds back the truth causes trouble. I don't do that. Nobody could blame me for that. I'm just motor mouthing all over the place, just constantly. Just talking. Talk. Motor mouth, that's what my dad called me. Motor mouth. Causes trouble, but one who openly criticizes works for peace. One who openly criticizes works for peace. Thank you. Even if it's in a book and it was written by a king, probably a sexy king as well, from fucking way back, it is nice to be recognized. Like, one who openly criticizes works for peace. Of course, I'm trying to bring peace by being so critical. What else we got? A good person's words are a fountain of life, but a wicked person's words hide in violent nature. I think I've read that already. Hate stirs up trouble, but love forgives all offences. Yes, that's why I'm not pressing charges on any of the people that push their hate onto me. 13. Intelligent people talk sense, but stupid people need to be punished. They do. I think it's almost like it's like they want it. They're like, I just want to be punished. And it's stupid. It's stupid. You don't want to be punished. Yeah? The wise get all the knowledge they can, but when fools speak, trouble is not far off. True. Very true. Wealth protects the rich. Poverty destroys the poor. Now that is true as well. It's very true. And it's I'm not going to get into that right now, but that's not what you think it is it? It's like poverty mindset destroys the poor. Wealth protects the rich. Wealth protects the rich. Poverty destroys the poor. And I know what you're going to think, but you've got to think a little bit more about it. You've got to go a little bit further. Because the poverty mindset of saying the rich people that's what destroys the poor. Because I've lived below the poverty line for the last year and a half or something like that. And I've only prospered from it. So it's not about the poverty, it's about the poverty mindset. It's about thinking that you can't do anything and that you're enslaved and all these things. The reward for doing good is life, but sin leads only to more sin. Very true as well. People who listen when they are corrected will live, but those who will not admit that they are wrong are in danger. So true. So true. That's why I wouldn't Like, say I went to go get my kids from school like this, which I wouldn't, say I did, and someone was like, listen, like, we appreciate you doing this, but your clothing is a little bit provocative, to be picking children up from school, and it's the sexual nature of your presentation, being that you're actually a man and you're presenting as a woman, is a little bit distracting to the children. And I'd be like, I totally agree. I totally 100% agree. And I have no intention of doing it again. Thank you for correcting me. And not that I've ever done it. That's probably, like, I've not done it because I was expecting that. I think, and there's some places where they're right. They're like, there shouldn't be so much hate and all this stuff for people that just want to do different things. But there's places that you could try doing different things, and there's places that you can't. I remember once, this is a little story, I was at a strip club in Queensland, long time ago. I actually think I met Iggy Azalea in there, but I could be remembering wrong. That's my memory. I met Iggy Azalea at a strip club, and we had a chat, and we were all talking. All the girls were talking around a thing. And I just went in there to kind of hide. I was like, I don't want to be out. I'm just going to hang out with these strippers. And we were sitting there, and then, do you know what happened? Two people came in there and started having sex, and the strippers were so pissed off. They're like, we work here. This is gross. Don't fucking come in and have sex. This is our workplace. And it was so interesting to see the strippers' perspective. And I never really forgot it. And if it was Iggy Azalea all those years ago, I would love for you to tell me and be like, it was, oh my God, you were so right. I remember you. Oh my God, it's been so long. But if it was just some chick that looked like Iggy Azalea, then high fives as well. Totally remember that. That was cool. 18, anyone who hides hatred is a liar. Anyone who spreads gossip is a fool. God damn it. Yeah, totally. Now, there's way more of these. There's 32. So I've read to 18. So why don't you get your own Bible, turn to Solomon's Proverbs, and just have a read, and you can read the rest on your own. And maybe, if you're lucky, the Pope will send you a little bucket of money as well. Okay? Because the Pope has got a bit of money. He's got a bit of money, he's got a bit of class, he's got a bit of, like, progressive thinking, hasn't he? Yeah, he's just let all those gay priests be gay. That, I would have thought, like, when I was thinking about it, I was like, don't say stuff about the Pope, it's really dangerous, it's, like, really controversial, and, like, I would have thought that this is probably going to take, like, 100 years, and he just did it. He was like, fuck it, let them fucking be gay. They're basically gay anyway. I think it might improve some things, and we're just like, we're all kind of sitting around, we're like, whoa, Francis, fuck yeah, go Pope Francis. And let's, like, all the stuff about the Catholic Church is like, let's not just pretend that it's just the Catholic Church, yeah? Like, it's not just the Catholic Church. The Catholic Church got a lot of shit because people like to fucking aim up and be like, hey, Catholic Church, fuck you, including me. I've done it my fair share. But there's tons of places that do that kind of weird shit. Tons and tons. Most of them being stepdads, yeah? So stepdads are really the problem, and that's what Joseph was, why he's not mentioned very much. And maybe why Jesus was suicidal. He's like, fuck, my mom's crazy, she keeps telling me to do stuff, and my stepdad is... And maybe some sect of the Catholic Church found some secret book about Joseph where he's like, Jesus is... I don't want to get into it, it's fucking weird, but yeah, there's tons more places where that kind of shit's going on than just the Catholic Church. At least the Catholic Church is, like, doing good as well. Tons and most, like 99% of their stuff that they're doing is good, and then there's, like, a lot of them, so there's a couple, and then it gets a lot of attention because they're a huge target that people want to hit all the time, including me. But we're like all friendly now because I love, like, people. I love people that have faith and people that work for the good of man. but it's a huge organization, and there's going to be some bad eggs. But there are bad eggs that's all they do. They're just like, you know what the Catholic Church gets in trouble for, like for their 1% of things that's going on? We do that as our 99% business, and we're just floating around on the fucking internet. That's what I'm worried about. I'm worried about the fucking professional people that are doing it as a business, because they need to be stopped. They need to be stopped immediately, and we're going to find them all, and we're going to arrest them all. We're going to put them in jail. And the Pope agrees. The Pope is pissed. Think of the Pope. It's like, that's like my club, cunts. Stop fucking talking about shit. Stop making the Catholic Church only about fucking, touching little boys. Why don't we deal with the fucking actual organised global criminals that are just shipping fucking children around as their sole job? Have you noticed that we maintain all these buildings, we spread joy, we raise money, we do all this other stuff, we hold on to this thing, we protect the Bible, we have this big structure of all this stuff. Let's just get a little bit broader out and be like, yeah, we had our problems, obviously. You don't have to come and yell it from the rooftops, but admitting the thing about the gay priests and doing that and changing that is huge. It's a fucking massive thing to do. But let's not forget there are actual businesses out there that specialize in what is unfortunately going on in that huge organization. There is actual businesses that are specializing in that are going around the world vacuuming up children, and selling them to people that are buying it. Well, everyone in that transaction is wrong, right? And that's business, it's gross, and it's going to come to an end if we can do something about it. We're going to, that's the thing. And the Catholic Church is number one, up there on the top of the list of people that are assisting to bring this to an end. Yeah? So unfortunately, the people that do this type of things, they're going to go wherever the kids are, and the kids aren't at church these days. Yeah? And neither are their parents. They're all in other places. A lot of them are drinking, doing drugs, and that's far more vulnerable than a community gathering to read a book and talk about religion and stuff, where you've got all those eyes on you and all the people there, and everyone's looking at the priest all the time because everyone's got this thing, whereas it's like all the people out doing drugs and drinking and leaving their kids and leaving them out in the streets and fucking all this shit. That's where the predators are hunting children, and yeah, it's fucked. So, from one person who's been quite critical of the Catholic Church, I found so much good happened in my life when I stopped being so stupid, so easily led by propaganda. Yeah, and so kind of, it's embarrassing to be prejudiced against something that is so old and so large and has so many people, and is obviously, you know what I mean? Especially when the contrast is there is actual criminals and evil people in the world doing that specifically. And I think we've come to a peaceful conclusion. My personal thing is like a family kind of history. It's like a thing. It's like 700 years old. And it was pretty rough, and it's so that's this weird thing, but it was so amusing to get down to such a peaceful resolution of such a hostile thing that had so much bloodshed and things like that. It was so peaceful, and that is full testament to Pope Francis. Full testament. He's amazing. He's changed in the last couple of months, and there is he is filled entirely with the Holy Spirit. He's he's glowing. He's just this. He's divinely in tune with the world and with this unraveling new paradigm, and that's, it's so wonderful. It's he's already the Pope, and then he's transitioned into this ethereal voice, and that's what he is. That's what Catholics follow, and he's kind of doing it. He's doing the, what previous popes in the past have done, but times 100. So well done, Francis. And he's not really sending me bucket loads of money. I do this for free. I do it for free because it's good. It's better than meth. It's better than online pornography. It's better than violence. It's better than hate. It's better than discrimination, racism, all the things. It's just better. I was one of the biggest critics of religious stuff for my whole life. And I was wrong. I was wrong. We can all be wrong. I was wrong. And so yeah, that's why I do this. And I try and make it fun because I think I understand. I'm like, because I was against it, I'm like, I understand why people are against it. And I'm trying to just break through those things and be like, just fucking give it a go. Yeah, and I'll be silly. I'll do whatever I have to do. Just give it one little go and try it in a different way. Try it, whatever. Take all the thing out of it. Just read it as a story. Read it upside down. Throw it at your fucking, I don't know, throw it at your brother or your sister or something. Like, don't do that. But just, yeah, it's worth a go. It's worth a little dabble, whatever Bible you can get your hands on. So yeah.